What's going on, guys? My name is Tanner, here with Fight for Football. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. Jaxson Dart just doomed the Giants franchise, and I'm about to tell you why. Enjoy the video. Okay, so he didn't just fail the franchise like you think I'm probably saying. No, he doomed the franchise because he won against the former Super Bowl champions, Philadelphia Eagles. Why is this a bad thing? Why does this win signify him dooming the New York Giants franchise? Dude, I'm telling you right now, it's because of the head coach, Brian Daboll. He just saved this dude's career. Let me know if you agree or not, but he literally just saved his career, probably doomed the Giants franchise. It's very like this. It's very like this. Heavy on one side, light on one side. You want Jaxson Dart to perform really well. But performing well overshadows how bad of a coach Brian Daboll is. He just saved this dude's career, but doomed the franchise as a whole. They just beat the Eagles 34-17. I think this was the first time they've beaten the Eagles. What did they say? Like in the last 8 or 9 matchups, this is the first time they've beat the Eagles. And not only did they beat the Eagles, they whooped the Eagles. They whooped them 34-17. Jaxson Dart. He had 1 rushing touchdown, 1 passing touchdown. And then 𝘾𝙤𝙥. I call him 𝘾𝙤𝙥. I think it's pronounced 𝘾𝙤𝙥. He had 3 rushing touchdowns, almost 100 rushing yards, and like 12 receiving yards. So over 100 scrimmage yards for this heck of a running back who runs like a crazy wild man. Reminds me of a modern day Peyton Hillis. Love Peyton Hillis. Woo, big suey, by the way. But literally, Jaxson Dart just saved Brian Daboll. And honestly, he was probably on the hottest seat in the NFL when it comes to head coaches, and just doomed the franchise by allowing Daboll to stay there for the rest of the season. Not only are they starting a new quarterback in Jaxson Dart, but a lot of teams now give head coaches excuses. Oh, it's a rookie quarterback. Oh, it's a rookie quarterback. You got to give him 2 seasons at least before you fire a head coach with a rookie quarterback. Oh my gosh, I'm going to tell you why this is so bad. He just saved this dude. Just saved him, okay? Let's go over here. Let's do some deep diving. Like I said, here's a score, 34-17. But if you go over here to Brian Daboll and you take a look at his track record as head coach, this is fourth season in New York as head coach. Coming off of his worst season of the entire, he's coming off a 3-14 season. That's inexcusable. He should have been fired right after that season. If it was my call, he would have been fired during the season. I know, it takes sometimes a while to get clicking as a head coach, but 3-14 after starting 9-7, then 6-11, 3-14. Now they're 2-4. Yes, they're on pace to win more games than they did last season. But he progressively has gotten worse. Progressively has gotten worse as head coach. Okay, I may be surprised by some of the stats I look up. I didn't necessarily research all of this before I started recording. I'm doing this genuinely in front of you guys to give you my gut takes and just go over everything with you guys and tell you why exactly I don't believe something or I do believe something. We're taking a look at the 2024, well, first it's a 2025 regular season stats right here for offense, total offense. The New York Giants sit in the middle of the pack right here. I don't know what that ranking is, but they're literally maybe top half of the league. Maybe right there in the middle, splitting it in half. After 6 games played. And you got to remember, they've played more games than 28 teams in the NFL, or 30 teams right now in the NFL. So, just because they played, I think, on Thursday Night Football. So, they've had an extra game to get those stats up, and they're still sitting at the middle of the pack. That's just this season so far. Go and take a look at the 2024 regular season. The Giants' worst season under head coach Brian Daboll, right? Their worst season, 3-14 under head coach Brian Daboll. And we're going to take a look here, all right? Where's the offensive rank? Where's the offensive rank? Freaking 30th place. 30th place. What? How do you let this happen? He's supposed to be an offensive-minded coach. Brian Daboll, supposed to be this guru, offensive-minded head coach, coming off a 3-14 season, 30th in total offense. And you let this happen. Yeah, they've had bad luck at quarterback, and he had Daniel Jones for a couple of years. But by the way, Daniel Jones is absolutely balling out with a 4-1 start. And Indianapolis is like playing almost MVP level, and I am not high on Daniel Jones, but this is just like telling of a franchise as a whole, or coaching as a whole, quarterback's performance. So it's just huge. But never mind you, this is just the 2024 regular season. We're going to go to total defense of the 2024 regular season. So let's go over here to defensive side, 2024 regular season. The Giants, where do they place? Bottom half of the league, man. Bottom half of the league. They allowed a total of 346 yards per game. Points, they allowed 415 total points on the season. I mean, how do you expect to have a winning record as a head coach when you have the 30th ranked total offense and like the 28th ranked or 27th ranked, whatever this is, total defense? Yeah, the record reflects the effort in coaching. The record reflects the record in coaching. Points per game they allowed, 24.4 points per game. Almost, I mean, dude, the league high was 31.4 by the Carolina Panthers. Like, there's just nothing else to say here. But you don't believe me that Brian Daboll should not be in New York. You think that now they turned it around magically because Jaxson Dart just saved the guy. No. Let's go to the 2023 regular season. We're going to go to total offense before we look at the total defense. Down, scroll 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 down. Dude, there they are again. 29th ranked. 29th ranked. Allowing only scoring 15.6 points per game. What? Brian Daboll's supposed to be an offensive guru, but he hasn't been. He hasn't been. And I don't think necessarily having Jaxson Dart is going to just... Here's the thing. If the Giants somehow have a winning record, it is not because of Brian Daboll. It is because of Jaxson Dart or maybe some other coaches on the staff now. Not Brian Daboll. Why do I have it out for Brian Daboll? One, I don't like his attitude when he conducted interviews during the 2023 NFL Combine and NFL Draft. Was it 2 years ago or last year? I don't even remember, but he puts his feet up on the table, acting like this in the interview. He's like, tell me why. Tell me why this would happen. Oh, but don't forget X and Y. Like, acting like he's so much smarter than any rookie quarterback. Like the one where, so I guess it was a 2024 season with Jaden Daniels. In that quarterback class. Like, he was just acting like he's so much smarter than, like, you don't have to try to prove that you're smarter than a college kid. Like, you don't have to try to prove that. But the way his effort and professionalism looked was just silly. I mean, that is not how you conduct yourself as a head coach in the NFL. And I think we're slacking in professionalism and things like that when it comes to hiring people. Gosh. Okay, we're still looking at the 2023. Don't let me get off track here. We're still looking at the 2023 total offensive rankings, right? Jaxson Dart just doomed the franchise by winning for Brian Daboll. Because you're going to be stuck with Brian Daboll now for all season and probably next year after that win. If Jaxson Dart keeps winning, you guys are stuck with Daboll and you're going to be a mediocre team not competing for a Super Bowl. That's a hot take, but if I'm wrong, I will eat my words. I will prove me wrong. Please prove me wrong. Prove me right, and the video stands. I mean, that's just how it is. That's the 2023 total offense. Let's go to the 2023 total defense. Here we go. Where's the New York Giants 2023? Oh, look at that. Bottom third of the league. Who could have thought? Who could have thought? And if you go to Brian Daboll's history in coaching the 2023 season, they were negative 6-11. Wow, imagine that. They were even worse in 2024. And they performed worse. They performed worse. We only have the 2022 season to look at now for Brian Daboll, right? We're going to go 22 regular season. Where do they rank? Guess who was quarterback? Daniel Jones. Guess who's performing astonishingly? Daniel Jones with another team. You're telling me that he's supposed to be an offensive guru. His first season was his best season as far as offense goes. He was right there at the halfway mark, right? Right there at the halfway mark in total offense. 333.9 yards per game, scoring 21.5 points per game. Right there in the middle of the pack in the NFL. Right there in the middle of the pack in the NFL. But an average of what? We can highlight this row or column somehow. I don't think we can. It highlights the whole page for some reason. But passing yards per game, 185. That is absolute crap. If you scroll down and you actually click yards per game passing, where are the freaking New York Giants? What is that, 28th in the league? 28th in the league in passing? Okay, let's go to rushing yards per game. Where are the New York Giants? They're top 4. That's great, actually. Eat my words there. I'll eat my words there. But probably why they had more wins, right? Like, they started off okay. How many wins did he have in rookie season? 9 wins! 9 wins! Like I said, he's progressively gotten worse. So I kind of don't eat my words because he has progressively gotten worse. The 2022 season was his best season as an offensive play caller and head coach. 9 wins, 7 losses, 1 tie. Bottom third of the league in passing. Halfway in total offense, but rushing was top 4. But after that, dude, just who was their running back in 2022? Let's take a look. Oh, would you look at that 2022 season right here, right here. You see it. I'm circling it. 2022 season. They had Saquon Barkley on their team. And they were 4th in rushing. After Saquon left, bro, progressively worse. Progressively worse. Yes, does that kind of mean that one player can make that big of a difference? Absolutely. Maybe Jaxson Dart is the guy that can make that big of a difference. Maybe he can make them go 9-7. But as a Giants fan, are you telling me you're going to be happy with a 9-7 team? Tell me you're going to be happy with a 9-7 team. Overall, 9-7, never competing for a Super Bowl. That's the best you're going to get out of Brian Daboll right there. Maybe him, maybe Jaxson Dart and Cam Skattebo can be that Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley, but on steroids. You know, you've got a better quarterback, I think, in Jaxson Dart. Cam Skattebo, I'm not going to say he's better than Saquon Barkley. No, I'm not. He's a rookie. Had one really blow-up game for now. But maybe these are the 2 guys that can help Brian Daboll get back to that 9-7 record. But I think that's the best you're going to get. That's the best you're going to get from Brian Daboll heading into his 4th season. 4th season as a head coach. He should have been fired after last year. We're going to go to this season, 2025 regular season stats. Where did the New York Giants rank? Top half of the league right now. Not bad. But how many games has... how many games? Russell Wilson blew up one game, passed for a career high in passing yards, and then has kind of crapped the bed, got benched. Now Jaxson Dart, I think, just started his 2nd or 3rd game for the team. So he's helping them. Statistically, he is helping them. They're up to 20.2 points per game. 20.2 points per game. Let's go to their total defense, which I think they've been playing a lot better defense. Nope, they're still way bottom half of the league. So it's allowing 24 points per game. Like I said, the best you're going to get out of Brian Daboll is like that 9-7 season. Jaxson Dart is going to overshadow how bad of a coach Brian Daboll has been. So that's why I think Jaxson Dart winning just doomed the franchise, because you're going to be stuck with Brian Daboll for the rest of this season and next season, most likely. Because they're going to be like, well, let's just give him one more season with this quarterback who's now got a season under his belt. I'm telling you right now, move on from Daboll. If I'm the New York Giants, I'm done. I'm done if I'm the New York Giants with Brian Daboll. And this game against the Eagles, 34-17 final score, and that performance from Jaxson Dart and Cam Scatterbo absolutely saved Brian Daboll's, I don't want to say career, but probably head coaching career. Some guys are just better off as coordinators, not head coaches or position coaches. Maybe they're better off as a position coach. He coached, I think, Josh Allen in Buffalo. Maybe he, like, I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. If you listened to me ramble this long, tell me what you guys think. I want to say thank you so much for tuning into this video. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. Leave your comments below if you think I'm crazy, or if you kind of agree with some of the things I say, or if you disagree with some of the things I say. Just leave your thoughts. I'll reply to them all. Thank you so much, guys. Much love. Tanner, outie.